Whoa! What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. We're changing things around once again. I appreciate you being here. We're going to break down Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., the fight of the century. Or was it? I want to talk about what happened fight night, how both athletes looked, a little bit about Jake Paul, and then what the overall outcome was and what happens next. I thank you guys for being here. Feel free to answer or ask any questions in the chat. Leave comments below this video. I want to hear your input. What do you think happened? And also, bang, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because, hey, why not? So, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. came back. Tyson after a 14-year retirement, Jones after 2 years of being inactive, although not retired. Tyson was 54 years old stepping into the ring. Roy Jones Jr. was 51 years old. Now, Jones has been very active over the last decade. Tyson not active at all. What did I think about the fight? Well, first, in the lead up to the fight, I wasn't happy about it. I don't like to see two legends of the sport having to go back out there for another payday, having to go back out and reclaim old glory, because we know what happens. Every time this happens, usually that fighter looks terrible, gets hurt, and realizes it was a bad decision. I mean, just think about it. Chuck Liddell just got knocked out by Tito Ortiz, of all people. Come on now. This happens all the time. Now, with Tyson and Jones coming back, we were all a little bit worried about the CTE, about the TBI, about the traumatic brain injury that could occur as a result of this, because these guys can both hit hard. Yeah, they are both finishers. They can both hit hard. They have a huge list of knockouts on their record. Also, both of these guys have been hurt in the past. Both of these guys have not looked as good at the end of their relative competitive career as they did in their prime. Now, we knew these guys would not be at their best, but a 54-year-old Mike Tyson versus a 51-year-old Roy Jones Jr., well, that's kind of a fair fight, everyone said. What I didn't like about this is both of these guys can likely still hit just as hard as they always have, but they cannot take hard shots anymore. That was the scary thing. I've been in the fight game for over 20 years. I've been in multiple eras of mixed martial arts and combat sports. Many of my good friends and coaches and teammates have long since retired, and I see their lives now, and I know them as they are today, and I know them who they once were when they were just these young 20 and 30-year-old amateur fighters getting into it, and now they're on the opposite side of 40 and even 50 years old, and I see the difference. I see the cognitive difference in them, which really makes me worried. Now, the insiders of combat sports, and some of you are, we understand that there's inherent risks. We also understand that we cannot tell another man or woman what to do. They go into this knowing what the setup is. So, that being said, I did watch the fight. I didn't know if I was going to. I did watch the fight. I was curious as to what would happen. And I'm assuming many of us watch the fight. I'm assuming, anywhere between 300,000 to 600,000 pay-per-view buys, which is actually a pretty good pay-per-view, even at UFC standards. I mean, anything above like 400,000 buys is a really good pay-per-view. But how did the fight go? And I'm going to talk about Jake Paul here in a second too, because I have some very specific comments on Jake Paul. The fight went better than expected. Mike Tyson looked much better than we thought he would. His head movement looked really good. His footwork looked really good. His hand speed and accuracy, man, looked really good. And oddly, Roy Jones Jr. looked worse than expected. Everyone thought, well, Roy's been competitive the whole time, fighting at a high level the whole time. Roy will probably destroy Tyson. And that wasn't the case. Tyson was the aggressor. Tyson had the ring generalship. Tyson landed the more damaging punches, and Tyson threw more punches. In my view, from my opinion, Tyson dominated the fight like 55-45. Tyson was a little faster, a little more aggressive. He controlled the ring a little bit more, but not so much that there was anything definitive. No guy imposed their will. Jones did a great job in tying Tyson up. Anytime Tyson got close, Jones would come in and tie his arms up and stay nice and safe and keep his head close and avoid those big power shots of Tyson, right? That right hook body, right uppercut. Ooh, nasty, nasty, scary stuff. Jones was able to avoid most of that stuff. Although he got clipped to the body, you're fighting Mike Tyson, you're going to get hit. And Tyson got hit a few times too. Even one really nice left hook from Roy Jones Jr. stunned Tyson. So both these guys got hit. Fortunately, neither of the two gentlemen were hurt, so we saw, but we don't know. Because there are lasting effects of brain injuries. We don't know. Guys at 54, 51 years old, they have a long history of combat sports, so who knows how this all wraps up. Now, I will say, they only fought 8 2-minute rounds. Every professional boxing event is 3 rounds. 8 2-minute rounds is not a long time. Both these guys were exhausted, which again was a little shocking for Roy Jones Jr., I think, but Tyson destroyed his body early, and you punch the body, you punch a hole in the gas tank, right? So, saying that both guys were tired, yep, both guys were tired. Both guys looked good relative to each other. Yeah, it was overall a success for Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., right? They got that little bit of sunshine. They got that little bit of ego massage. They got that little bit of feeling what it feels like to be back in there again. They got, I hope, what they were looking for, more so Tyson than anyone else, because I think Roy was pretty much done. He had done everything he wanted. Tyson had a career that was rather unfulfilled at the very end. Now, if either one of these guys were to fight a top 20 heavyweight, unfortunately, both these guys would probably get hurt and look terrible. If either of these two athletes, these legends, right, if either of these two fought a 20 to 30-year-old kind of middle tier journeyman, not a tomato can, not a piece of meat, if either of them fought someone like that, they wouldn't look nearly as good. They probably would get hurt. They would probably get finished. If either of them fought a guy like a Dillian White, Tyson Fury, a Deontay Wilder, man, it'd be ugly. It'd be a nasty, horrible knockout, in my opinion, right? So clearly, neither of these guys can compete at the higher level of the sport anymore. And that's okay, because nobody thought they could or would. Nobody wants them to. I certainly don't. These guys could compete against each other, and that was a little fun. I agree it should be an exhibition and not a truly sanctioned bout, because they won't fall into the rankings. It has no bearing on the rankings. And at the end of the day, the bout was scored a draw because it's an exhibition. 8 2-minute rounds is not a real, I mean, it's a fight, but for in the terms of combat sports and legitimate athletic competition and sanctioning bodies and world titles and a hierarchy of rankings, this is not what that was. This was sports entertainment for us to all take a minute and wonder what could have been once upon a time, for these two to go out there and make some money and have some fun and create this sports spectacle. And I think that's a good thing. So all in all, I was not happy that it was happening, but now that it's over, I'm very happy neither athlete got hurt. I'm happy both athletes could go out there and perform. Both athletes looked good. Both athletes can keep their head high. Hopefully both athletes made a lot of money so they can take that back to their families and provide future, health and safety for their family, their lineage, their legacy, all that good stuff. Ideally, I would not want to see either gentlemen fight again simply because of their advanced age and the known health concerns that do come with advanced age, number one, but a long history of combat sports and the subsequent damage of combat sports, but also what could happen in the next fight. What could happen? So that being said, all in all, I think we got to give a bang, bang, bang. We got to give Tyson and Jones a thumbs up for a great event. And also, you got to give this video, bang, 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 a thumbs up because this video is awesome. What about the new studio is coming together, right? I'm able to stand now. I'm able to move now. This is great. We still got the other studios set up. We got more stuff going here. I'm going to start doing some whiteboard stuff and teaching to you guys and doing some really cool things. Exercise videos will be here. Ooh, we got some cool stuff. So once again, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Click that little bell for notifications so you know when live videos like these comes out. Now, Jake Paul, the problem child. Man, Jake Paul looked good. I didn't take Jake Paul seriously. I never saw him fight, actually. Jake Paul looked good. He didn't look like a pro boxer, but Jake Paul looked like a badass YouTuber. Jake Paul knocked out a real athlete. Forget the dude's name he fought right now. Sorry, I apologize to the dude. NBA player, like a real athlete who played in the NBA a couple seasons. Legit. Jake Paul knocked him out cold. Jake Paul looked good. Now, can Jake Paul beat Conor McGregor? Jake Paul called out Conor McGregor and Dylan Dennis. In MMA, Dylan Dennis destroys Jake Paul. In boxing, Jake Paul's got a big shot. Jake Paul's a big dude, big heavy-hitting dude, man. Jake Paul can punch. He can punch. Can he take a punch? I don't know yet. Haven't seen him get hit. That says something. Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor, though, Conor destroys Jake Paul. Conor McGregor is legit. People hate on Conor all day long for some reason. Conor McGregor is a badass. Boxing, kickboxing, MMA, submission, grappling, wrestling. Conor McGregor does it all. Hate on the man for whatever reason. But McGregor gets it done. Now, Jake Paul versus Jason Ellis, I'm down to see that. I think that's a good one, man. Ellis is tough. Ellis will stand in there. I'd love to see Jake Paul versus Jason Ellis if Jason's up for it. Man, I think that'd be a good one. But anyway, Jake called out Conor and Dylan Dennis. Personally, I think Dylan Dennis is awesome. Dylan Dennis might be the most fun MMA interview I've ever seen. I love watching Dylan talk. And he's a good fighter. People hate on Dylan Dennis for some reason. Whatever, he's just playing the game. He's playing the role. But whatever. Jake Paul looked good, though, my friends, right? Jake did look good. You got to give him credit for that. Jake looked good. So what's next for Jake Paul? He could fight Conor McGregor. Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor, that fight might be, mark my words here. Let me know in the comments after this video. Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor. How many pay-per-view buys will that sell? 1 million? Yep. Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor will sell more than 1 million pay-per-view buys. Absolutely it will. Will it sell 2 million? It might. It might. Will Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor outsell Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor? Yeah, I'm going to say it will right now. I'm going to do a whole nother video on this because I got some data, some details. I actually know a few things from both camps behind the scenes. So I'll put that in another video, maybe tomorrow. But mark my words, you heard Uncle Mike say it. Jake Paul, celebrity YouTuber, versus Conor McGregor, the champ, will actually outsell Mayweather versus McGregor. Crazy. That will be one of the biggest fights in combat history. Crazy. I know. Boxing, right? Conor's not a boxer. Jake's not a boxer. But if those two dudes box, that'll be the biggest fight in history. I said it, and it's true. You know it's true because people will buy it. Sports entertainment, baby, is something completely different. Now, the way we're set up right now, I don't know that I can't actually read your comments here. Let me see. I can't read all the comments as they're, oh, there we go. I'm just going to have to stand a little closer. Well, there's a lot of comments here. I don't know. What's up, everyone? Hello. Good to see you guys. Ryan, my brother, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, man. The champ is here. Champ, we got to call you, Ryan. Good to see you, my man. I'm being nice to Roy, of course. Snoop Dogg, man, I don't know. I'm over the whole Snoop Dogg thing, by the way. I don't think Snoop should be commentating on the fight at all. I don't think he added anything to it. Mauro Ranallo, I think, always does a great job. I'm friends with Mauro, though, so I am biased. I got to say that. New studio is going up. It continues. Good to see you guys. Also, bang, bang, bang. Thumbs up, my friends. Wild Rose says, do you think, in your professional opinion, smoking weed before a workout will lower your heart rate and keep it lower than without? No, weed will actually increase your heart rate. It increases your heart rate. Sorry about that. All messages are visible. There we go. All right. Yep. Jason said he's down for it. Right on. I love to see it. Cool. Thumbs up, everyone. All right, guys and gals. Hard to see some of this stuff right now. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here. Tyson was baked. He might be. Now, allegedly, there's many rumors of, I don't want to say, I think it's probably going to hold me liable. I'm not going to say anything about it right now. Can I say? Yeah, fuck it. This is all alleged and it's all rumors, but there's a lot of rumors of Tyson having taken performance-enhancing drugs prior to fights, some to increase aggression, some to actually reduce anxiety. Could he have been on some of these drugs into this fight? Maybe, who knows? But now this is all alleged, it's all hearsay. I'm not making a statement, I'm just reporting other commentary that's been out there. And I think Tyson has actually alluded to some of this stuff himself in a lot of his very candid interviews. Could that be? It certainly could be. And I noticed something that was a little bit off. And it's certainly in no ways defaming anyone, because it's a crazy game and a crazy sport. And I don't know if they were even drug tested. That's something I'll find out also. Were they drug tested because it's an exhibition? Maybe. It didn't look like they were. I got to tell you that much. It certainly didn't look like they were. Okay. So the chat here is a little off. I'll do a better job now of being able to answer chat questions the next time we kind of do this, because I am going to be doing lots of live screen, like kind of a blackboard, whiteboard style, lots more tutorials for you guys, a lot more education here. Also, right now, Cyber Monday sale, cyber sale right now, 40% off right now. I almost forgot. Go to DolceDietShop.com. or thedolcediet.com. Thedolcediet.com, the 4-week, 12-week personalized online programs, #1 rated online healthy weight loss program at thedolcediet.com. Save 40% right now today only with promo code CYBERSALE. CYBERSALE, cyber sale. All one word. Go today. The biggest last sale of the year. This is the last big sale of the year we will have, my friends. Now is the time to get locked in. Save 40% and get in the best shape of your life. Why would you not do that? Also, you can go to DolceDietShop.com right now and get our #1 best-selling books. Our Black Pack, which is amazing. Any of our Dolce Diet signature gear, t-shirts, things such as that. If we have any hoodies left, I think we sold them out on Friday. What else? One-on-one consultations with myself, one of our registered dietitians, or even if you want to sign up for our 8-week personalized, you get your own personal registered dietitian to create your own personal plan and stay in constant contact with you. That's the My Diet program at DolceDietShop.com. The one-on-one consultations freaking are awesome. I love doing those. Man, I get to connect with so many awesome, amazing people. So cyber sale is the 40% discount. What an amazing gift. We have so many people who are actually gifting our online program to their friends, to their families, teammates, coworkers. Go to thedolcediet.com, promo code CYBERSALE, and save 40%. You can set your start date for any time in the future. Why would you not do that? Also, our Patreon channel is blowing up. Mike Dolce Knows on Patreon is awesome and growing. We have such an amazing community in there. And if you like this type of engagement, you will love the Mike Dolce Knows channel. There's so much more behind the scenes information that's going up on that channel. Complete exercise databases, live workouts. We'll actually be training together, working together. Some of my super famous and super good looking fitness friends will be here on camera working out, sometimes just them working out. Lots of cool, great stuff. The behind the scenes of MMA is all going to be living on the Mike Dolce Knows channel, by the way. Go and check that out, Mike Dolce Knows on Patreon. So I think that's it, my friends. You guys are awesome. Once again, thumbs up, subscribe, click that little notification bell. Leave comments below. What did you guys think? Who won the fight? Tyson or Jones? Tyson or Jones? Tyson or Jones? Who won the fight? What did you think about the fight? Leave comments below. I want to hear what you guys think about it. And until next time, boom. Now let's see if I can shut this thing off here. How we do this.